Yeah, so I started here in 2016, which was a pretty bad drought year. So it definitely was very apparent that year that we needed to be aware of our water sources, the time of day that we're watering, the impacts of drought on plants. So we've had several cycles of really wet years with really hard rainfall that can impact soil health and plant health. And then really dry years where we've had drought. So the kinds of changes that we've tried to make here at the gardens are things like mitigating stormwater runoff. For example, our gravel garden is a space where as a hard rain falls, it actually seeps more slowly into the soil because there's a top dressing of gravel as a heavier sort of mulch. We've also done things like be more mindful with our irrigation, when we water, how we water, different methods using soaker hoses, not overhead watering middle of the day. Diversity is always the most key component of resiliency. So thinking about our plant collections themselves and how we choose plants to add to our collections or to remove from our collections too. One thing we're also seeing is more invasive pests and pathogens come into our collections. So for example, there are things on our radar that we haven't even seen yet, like the southern pine beetle, which is not invasive to North America. It's actually native to the southeastern US, but we don't have it here yet. We see it moving up to more northern latitudes. It's very possible that it will be here in the future. So being aware of what the threats are coming our way and having resilient plant species that can withstand some of those pressures. We're right next to one of the plants in our collection that we couldn't grow here just a few years ago, but we're seeing with a changing climate and warmer temperatures that we can actually grow more zone 6, maybe even zone 7 plants here. So being able to showcase a greater diversity, some more unique plant material. I'm standing next to a crepe myrtle here, the first one in our collection. We planted our first almond tree here recently, and we're able to help out with the protection of some of our more endangered southern oak species because they're actually hardy here now. So there's a message of hope there too.